Sandy, could we have a roll call, please?
Councilmember Shippers, Ellenboss,
Present.
Ingalls,
Here.
King,
Here.
Mayor Folkins.
Here. This time, if we could have a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda as presented.
Support.
Councilmember Ellenboss.
Yes.
Ingalls.
Yes.
King,
Yes.
Shippers, Mayor Folkins.
Yes, motion carries. We'll go ahead and open the floor for our first public comment. We do ask if you come forward, if you state your name, and keep your comments to 3 minutes or less. Not seeing anyone, we'll close public comment and move to the approval of the consent agenda. And this evening, we do have the minutes from the regular meeting that was held on July 18th.
I will make a motion to approve the consent agenda as presented.
I'll second.
Councilmember Ingalls,
Yes.
King,
Yes.
Shippers, Ellenboss,
Yes.
Mayor Folkins.
Yes, motion carries. And that takes us to some communications this evening, Sandy.
Yes, it's being recommended to approve the closure of Lake Street between Harris and Cass from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. on August 27th, 2022 for Relay for Life.
I would make a motion to approve the closure of Lake Street between Harris Street and Cass Street from 10 a.m. to 10 p.m. on August 27th, 2022 for Relay for Life.
Support.
Councilmember King,
Yes.
Shippers, Ellenboss.
Yes.
Ingalls.
Yes.
Mayor Folkins.
Yes, motion carries.
It's recommended to approve the closure of 3 to 4 spaces of the southwest portion of the city parking lot from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Saturdays from August 20th, 2022 through September 17th, 2022 for Crafters for a Cause Cornerstone Coffee Food Truck. And it would go right next to Eric's Wraps that was approved earlier.
Okay. I'll make a motion to approve the closure of 3 to 4 spaces of the southwest portion of the city parking lot from 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. on Saturdays from August 20th through September 17th for Crafters for a Cause, the Cornerstone Coffee Food Truck.
Support.
Councilmember Shippers, Ellenboss.
Yes.
Ingalls.
Yes.
King,
Yes.
Mayor Folkins.
Yes, motion carries.
Being recommended to approve the closure of Lake Street between Harris and Cass from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. on September 3rd, 2022 for Cadillac Festival of Races.
I'd make a motion to approve the closure of Lake Street between Harris Street and Cass Street from 7 a.m. to 1 p.m. on September 3rd, 2022 for Cadillac Festival of Races.
Support.
Councilmember Ellenboss.
Yes.
Ingalls.
Yes.
King,
Yes.
Shippers, Mayor Folkins.
Yes, I just had a quick question. Sandy, on the application, it looks like it's until 2 o'clock?
Look at it really quick. I'm looking at the street and parking lot closure request form.
Oh, okay.
And that's where it says 1 o'clock.
So they must be okay with cleaning up without the street closed for an hour?
Okay.
Pardon?
I said, so they must be okay with opening that street for the last hour while they're still cleaning up. You're talking about the 1 hour discrepancy?
Yes.
Yeah.
Mhm.
I can check with our event coordinator.
Okay. Thank you.
Being recommended to approve the closure of Lake Street between Pine Street and Harris Street and the closure of the east and south parking lots of the municipal complex from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. on September 11th, 2022 for the Cadillac Fire Department Child Safety Expo.
I'd make a motion to approve the closure of Lake Street between Pine Street and Harris Street and the closure of the east and south parking lots of the municipal complex from 11 a.m. to 4 p.m. on September 11th, 2022 for the Cadillac Fire Department Child Safety Expo.
Support.
Councilmember Ingalls,
Yes.
King,
Yes.
Shippers, Ellenboss,
Yes.
Mayor Folkins.
Yes, motion carries. Okay, so that takes us to the city manager's report.
Well, instead of the city manager, obviously you have me sitting in for him tonight, and wish him well down in delivering his daughter to school. So, for the first item tonight regarding the deputy chief, I'm going to introduce Adam Otjepka, our public safety director, to kick that item off.
Mayor, council members, this really isn't my news to tell, so I'm going to have Deputy Chief Eric Eller, who has given us 27 years of dedicated service. He has some news and would like to address the council and the mayor. Deputy Chief.
Thank you. Mayor, City Council, I wanted to personally come in and let you know my intent to retire September 2nd of this year. Opportunity presented itself. I applied, interviewed, and was offered the position of the deputy juvenile officer with probate court. Kind of fits right into my wheelhouse and allows me to continue serving the community. So I've accepted that position, and after short 3-day retirement, I'll start there on September 6th. So, thank you.
Congratulations and thank you.
Thank you for your years of service.
Okay, the second item under the city manager's report is regarding the purchase of a compact tractor. The compact tractor is for operations at the wastewater treatment plant, and this unit would replace a current unit that is currently over 15 years old. Competitive bids were solicited. The bids, as presented in the packet, were received, and the recommendation tonight is to award this purchase to the low bidder for the tractor of Ebels Hardware in the amount of $24,198.01, and funds are available in the budget for the water and sewer fund.
Is there a reason, Owen, we're buying it without the backhoe?
Yeah, so we have other backhoes. This is a small compact tractor that they need, so the size of the backhoe available for a tractor this size really doesn't do what we need it to do. It's too small. Yep.
Very good.
I'll go ahead and make the motion to award the purchase of a compact tractor to Ebels Hardware in the amount of $24,198.01.
I'll second that.
Councilmember King,
Yes.
Shippers, Allenboss,
Yes.
Ingalls.
Yes.
Mayor Folkins.
Yes, motion carries.
Thank you, Mayor. The next item deals with a small utilities extension project. There's a fully developed area over near Kentucky Street on the kind of south side of the lake, which was developed in a way that there are several parcels now that are developable, except they don't have current access to the city's water and sewer infrastructure. So this project would be to extend that to a point then where they could provide the connections and tap into those systems for those residential parcels. So we did solicit competitive bids for this project, and we received 5 bids, and the recommendation is to award the project to the low bidder, CJ's Excavating, in the amount of $32,800. Again, funds are available for this project in the Water and Sewer Fund.
I apologize if I don't remember this, but was this in our plans, this project?
It kind of came up through some direct inquiry to the Utilities Department. So it wasn't one that was part of a street project and didn't flow directly through the CIP project. But we've been talking about it over the last year or so, I think, as the developer solicited interest in or a builder, I think, or the parcel owner that wanted to put residences there, but there wasn't access to water and sewer.
Okay, thank you.
I'd make a motion to award the Kentucky Alley Utilities Project to CJ's Excavating in the amount of $32,800.
Support.
Councilmember Shippers, Allenboss.
Yes.
Ingalls.
Yes.
King,
Yes.
Mayor Folkins.
Yes, motion carries.
Thank you. The next item on the list is the purchase of bulletproof vests. So kind of a recommendation and a good news is we received a grant through the Bulletproof Vest Partnership Initiative of the Bureau of Justice Assistance. This grant covers 50% of the cost to replace the bulletproof vests worn daily as the critical protective gear by our police department. So we did solicit bids for this as well. We received 4 bids. As part of analyzing these costs, we are recommending the second low bidder. This bidder, On Duty Gear LLC, has already measured our department for these, and so wouldn't have to have another day of that where we have to call everybody in and do that. They're just set to go. We can order these right away. Grant funds are immediately available, so once we authorize this purchase, we can get these ordered right away. So it is recommended that the purchase of the vests and related protective gear be awarded to On Duty Gear LLC in the amount of $10,045. Grant funding will cover 50% of these costs, and other funds are available in the budget in the general fund for the police department.
I'll go ahead and make the motion to approve, motion to award the purchase of bulletproof vests and related protective gear to On Duty Gear LLC in the amount of $10,045.
I'll second it.
Councilmember Ellenboss?
Yes.
Ingalls?
Yes.
King?
Yes.
Shippers? Mayor Folkins?
Yes, motion carries.
The final item is the recommendation regarding purchase of furnishings for the new headquarters of the water department out at the new well field on 44 Road. As part of this relocation, the furniture does need to be acquired for new offices, lobbies, break rooms, conference room, and meeting spaces. This purchase is fully reimbursable using the loans previously secured pursuant to the DWRF program of the state. And the purchase does fall within in the amount already approved by Eagle for this project. So to avoid paying some higher costs on this project through retail costing and general contractor markups, it was determined early on to take this out of the bid for the actual construction project, and then utilize our own processes to secure this purchase. As we evaluated that, it became pretty quickly evident that the state's My Deal program would be the best approach on that, using their pricing and quality standards already approved by the state as the lowest, most responsible bidder. We did that in conjunction with discussions with our engineer, Larry Fox from C2AE. If we would have done this whole process internally, we would have incurred about $3,000 to $5,000 in additional engineering fees to design it, to vet the quality of the equipment. And then we would have had to do that in order to comply with the requirements of the DWRF program. However, My Deal already does all that work and does comply with the state's program, and so utilizing My Deal also makes it approved by the DWRF for funding through the loan. So based on that information, the recommendation is to approve the authority to participate in the My Deal cooperative purchase plan and to purchase this office furniture through such plan and award the contract to Interphase Interiors of Traverse City, Michigan in an amount not to exceed $91,702.70. It's done as a not to exceed because there are a couple of items in there. As I look through the details of the quote, there are a couple of items based on my experience, small experience purchasing office furniture, that I think we'll pull and kind of resource to get those at a little bit less expensive of a cost. So questions related to that?
Yeah, I think you hit my biggest concern,
Okay.
Owen, is
Okay.
91,000, my eyes kind of bulged out.
Yep.
Then when I saw the 2 reception chairs were each at $2,045.
Those are the very ones that I'm not going to buy from them.
Okay,
And the
yeah,
$850 small coffee table.
Yeah, and
Yep.
the other thing, I didn't know if we wouldn't do better sourcing out even to like Excel and Traverse City or some of the other ones. Some of the chairs for the offices that are at 600 and 500, they're all the same chairs at different prices. I think we could probably get a quantity discount.
Sure, we can look at those. So one of the things, the more expensive ones are for the I think, the private offices, which are more of an
Mm.
everyday use.
Yeah.
So that's why they're a little bit more than some of the other
Well,
ones. But
so my question was going to be, you are able to say, yeah, we're not going to take these portions of what they have in here.
that's absolutely my intent, yes. I would say, like it says in the communication, the final decision will be substantially equivalent, but there will be some pieces that we'll take out. You know, a lot of it is the meeting room chairs, and I thought the price on those was very reasonable. There is a pretty substantial discount from what they would say are rack kind of wholesale or retail prices on those that's built into the state bid. So yes, we are able to piece by piece remove those items, and
Yeah.
those three were three of the very ones that I was looking at.
Well, and even some of the folding tables, I'm trying to find it right now, we needed 24, and they've got them quoted at $500 a folding table, and I thought we could run down to Home Depot today.
Well, I have bought some of those white Lifetime plastic ones, and they're not quite as sturdy as an actual training table. So part of that is, you know, even those white plastic ones these days are
Well, even
not
even the
too
wood
cheap.
laminate
Yeah,
don't hit $500 a
yeah.
a
So
table.
we'll take a look, and I think they're on wheels to make it a mobile training facility, and but we're gonna, like I said, pull some of those out. And this quote includes the delivery and installation. So that's because there are some modular setups for some of the offices and things. So them coming in to deliver it and install it is included in that quote. And it is about an 8,000 square foot space that we're furnishing with 3 private offices, a 4 workspace, open office area that can be expanded in the future if we needed to. The training space, a meeting space, locker rooms, break room. I was trying to think of that. Lunchroom, kind of break room, set up with several tables. So
Again, if you look at the specs on those 28 tables, they're actually a flip table, so then they can fold down for storage, and then you can
Mhm.
like
Yeah.
put them together.
yeah, yep.
Yeah, I think it's exciting that we're getting a conference center like this. I already contacted Michigan Rural Water to try to get them to have a training here. That'd be nice.
Yeah.
But yeah, like
That's the
Steve said,
plan.
the item number 64 and 65 were the only things that I really couldn't support us.
Is that the lobby
purchasing.
chairs?
Yeah, the lobby, just the lobby line
That's-
item.
Yep, I have it written down here. Two lobby chairs and small table for 5K. That's too much.
they
So
were-
we're not gonna
took a
buy
swing at
those.
that, didn't they?
Yes,
Yeah.
yes, we're not gonna buy
$1,000
those.
chair.
Yep.
You promise you're not gonna buy them?
I do.
I'm gonna hold you to it, big guy.
Well, yeah, sure.
Okay.
Yeah, I can
Well,
say I'm
and
not
you're going to
buy
price out
those.
some of the other things that are high, just to
Yeah,
make sure.
yeah.
we're getting-
I'll make sure. But most of it, as I look through each and every item, we're at least within a reasonable price. So
Well, and the task chairs that the staff sit on every single day, that's not an unreasonable cost.
I didn't think so.
yeah, the 500, 580.
It just the same chair basically ranged from 460 up to 586.
Yeah, no.
I'll make sure
why
that
they didn't give us
That
one.
there's
it's
probably a
the
little bit of
same,
tweak.
yeah.
Some of those have like a similar model number and have different.
It's the same model.
Some have
Yeah.
if it's the same item number, it's we'll make sure we follow up
Yeah.
on that.
34, so they're 44.
So I'll make a note of that. Make sure that we're being charged the lesser price is what I'll.
On Owen's assurances. I will make a motion to approve the authority to participate in the My Deal Cooperative Purchase Plan and to purchase office furniture through such plan and award the contract to Interphase Interiors of Traverse City, Michigan in an amount not to exceed $91,702.70.
I'll second that.
Thank
Waiting
you.
for that.
Unless you want to redo a different motion, unless you guys want to phrase that slightly differently to
Why don't we amend it, based, knowing that Owen Roberts will reprice certain items and make sure we're getting the quantity prices.
So yeah, let me
'Cause that
either-
gives you,
Specifically the 4 that we talked about. And I don't
Yeah.
know what those new prices will be. There'll be something less than this.
Mhm.
Yeah, so let me amend that then, or withdraw my motion, amend it, I guess, to award the contract to Interphase in the amount of $91,702 with the understanding that we will not be purchasing item number 64 or number 65, and that will be rebidding those 2 items along with
any other bulk
Verify.
items.
any other
that-
bulk purchase items. Yeah.
Mhm.
Perfect.
I'll second
Understood.
that too.
Councilmember Ingalls,
Yes.
King,
Yes.
Shippers, Allenboss,
Yes.
Mayor Filkins.
Yes, motion carries.
So that's all the city you want me to introduce this next
Sure,
item?
if you
Yes,
would,
okay.
please.
So there is a Consumers Energy substation that's in the property where the well field out by the, in the industrial park is. We have a lease on that going all the way back to 1969 with Consumers. It's been renewed a couple of times. And so it's the same property, the same process. They have asked for it to be an easement this time to make it more of a permanent standing for the substation that already exists out there. So we have prepared that documentation. The process on this is to introduce it tonight. There's some extra publication requirements, so it won't be at the next council meeting. It will be at the meeting after that.
Is
I'll-
this- Go ahead.
No, that was-
Is
go
the
ahead.
substation going to remain the same? Are they upgrading it at all? Or
They
why-
just did some work on it. I don't know if they upgraded it partially.
They did upgrade it, and they're gonna upgrade it some more, I think. I mean, within their site.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to get bigger.
Right.
I think
What's the
they're
purpose for upgrading? Did they say? Yeah.
I think just
Reliability.
new equipment,
Okay.
updating the equipment, and more reliable.
Right where the solar panels are, right?
Yeah, no, I mean, but over by the dog park and
Oh, okay,
the
well,
current water
okay.
building.
Yep. Very good.
I'll go ahead and make the motion to adopt the resolution to introduce ordinance to approve granting of an easement to Consumers Energy Company for electrical substation and set a public hearing for September 19th, 2022.
I'll second that.
Councilmember King,
Yes.
Shippers, Allenboss,
Yes.
Ingalls.
Yes.
Mayor Filkins.
Yes, motion carries. Okay, this evening in our packets, we do have the minutes and reports from Downtown Development Authority and also the Construction Code Board of Appeals, just for your review. And at this time, we'll open the floor for our second public comment this evening. Seeing no one, we'll close public comment and move to go to the order.
Oh, I'll go first. Thursday night concert at the Pavilion is going to be a dandy. Somebody named Paul Nelson plays the guitar quite well. I saw him 2 years ago. I'd highly recommend everybody go down and check it out. He's one of the best acts they've ever had there. He's very good. And that's it for tonight.
Starts at what time? 7 p.m.? At the
7 o'clock.
Pavilion. Yep,
Yep.
Thursday nights.
Okay, I have a couple of things. First of all, I would like to share that a week ago, the Michigan Association of Mayors met here in Cadillac, and we had a really great conference, and we did a good job with the help of CWTA and getting them down into the downtown area for a walking tour, and we had dinner at the Willow, and then they had the opportunity to go to Jazz in the Park. And so a lot of great compliments, people who had never been to Cadillac or thought they had been to Cadillac because they were out on 115, but they said they'd be back. So I just wanted to share that that event went really well. I'd also like to share this evening that at our last council meeting that a concern was brought up about a staff member who was doing or taking time off on a regular basis to do work in another municipality. And so Councilmember King and I met with Marcus and Marcus and Owen provided some clarification, which was very helpful, in that the employee was not taking that time, or double dipping, I'll call that. He was taking his personal time, his vacation time, to be able to do that work for the other municipality. But we did agree that, being out of the office on the same day of, every week, that it didn't look right. It's all about perceptions. There was nothing wrong going on, but it's a perception, and so we need to be very careful of that. And so we asked that, we were grateful that the employee was using his own time to do it. We appreciated that, but our ask was that it not be done on a regular weekly basis, taking his time out of the office. So that was a good resolution, I think. So I just wanted to share that with everyone. Anybody else have anything?
I think the only other thing that I think we want to say is we just got word, and I saw that Marcus sent us information while he's away, and I'd gotten a call from Carrie Thompson that the CWTA had received a large grant, which she had tried for, and I have to say was a AAA plus effort to get Cadillac as a main player in the try to reestablish both materials travel on rail and passenger rail all the way from Petoskey down to Ann Arbor, and the opportunities that would present to us economically, both for industry, tourism, and just generally for our public to be able to get to and from major places.
New
So
experience.
very excited that she did that for us, and looking forward to working with her on working on that.
Thank you for bringing that up. Yeah. Okay, if there's nothing else, we'll go ahead and adjourn.